Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 7. Getting pretty close to the end of this term and close to our winter recess Christmas holiday. I hope that you are starting to enjoy the season with your families and friends, preparing things. For those of you in elementary, maybe you're hitting report card time. Even if not in elementary, you've in secondary either hit your first quarter grades or looking at the end of the semester, as I know some districts have moved up their school year to try and get the first semester to be done at the end to end before the winter recess. So either way, welcome to week 7 and all the fun that it's going to be. So the focus for week 7 is on bullying and prevention, early intervention. So bullying is a great topic that we are all discussing in a lot of different ways right now in our school districts, from anywhere from just the physical or verbal bullying that can take place on a campus to cyberbullying done through technology that sometimes we don't even know is happening till we finally get to that point that a child or a young man or woman has broken down from it. Bullying is something that can also take place not only with students, but can be students with adults. It can also be adults with adults as well. So there's a lot of factors that come into play when you look at bullying and the effect that it has on a school campus. So you're going to be reading about bullying as well as looking at ways to help prevent it by looking at prevention, early intervention. So prevention, early intervention, there's been a lot of things we've learned in the past 30 to 40 years about the importance of helping to prevent or early intervention, whether it comes from situations like bullying or even for our special education students, looking at autism and the earlier interventions are actually supporting students to be more successful in their schooling careers. So early intervention has really been looked at and providing for it. Some districts have a philosophy of wanting to intervene sooner. Some are still, let's take a course and see when the deficit grows even greater before we intervene. So prevention, early intervention come from there. So what's expected of you this week? I please hope that you will look at the Christian message. I would just say as a Christian, the first point there of knowing that we devote ourselves to prayer, I hope that you are praying for your students and your faculty and your school sites. I know that's something that I try and do once a week just to be reflective and knowing that God is in control of it all. So encouragement to you that way. Look at that Christian message, especially as we look at ways to prevent these things that we've been reading and discussing from going on. And if they are going on, how do we intervene for them as well? Hopefully you'll be watching the video that will be up shortly. And then the expectation for reading this week is chapters 12 and 13, again on prevention and early intervention. There's a discussion board for the week. There's actually 2 different questions for you. The first question is on if your school or your district has a anti-bullying policy. Ask you to look up that policy and reflect on that policy. And if your school or district doesn't officially have an anti-bullying policy, an interview of finding out how bullying is handled on your campuses as well. So encourage you to give some feedback onto that and then reflect with each other. There's always great learning that comes on. I know that 3 years ago there was an assembly bill that made us relook at defining what bullying is. So a lot of school districts had to give a clear definition of bullying and what the expectations were for anti-bullying. So hopefully it's something you've been discussing, but if not, please be reflective. The second discussion board question is looking at prevention, early intervention. It's chapter 13. List a couple of different programs that are out there. So what strategy or program would you be interested in being trained in, and your reasons why for it, whether it's a connection to what you're experiencing at your school or maybe in your own life or with your family and friends, what would help you. So be reflective there and then give those comments back. As a reminder, by Thursday of this upcoming week, you do need to post your original post. And then by Sunday of the week, you will need to give 2 comments back. Just that reminder for you. Also, a reminder in your original post, these ones you can give references to, so please make sure that you're citing them appropriately with APA formatting, whether it is a direct citation or paraphrasing that's going on. So Remember that. And then the look ahead for this week is, as we're looking to week 8, your final assignment is going to be the rest of your resource binder. So you submitted 1 through 10, and now are going to be expected to submit number 11 through 20. So you can continue on with the same document, but I'll be looking for numbers 11 through 20. And that is again due by Friday, December the 15th. Let me be very clear on that. On top of any discussion board that will be there, all of it needs to be completed by that Friday. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call, text, or email. I hope that you have a great week, and God bless.